Hi, in this video we are going to talk about linear transformations, eigenvalues and eigenvectors. So what is linear transformation? Linear transformation is basically mapping from one vector space to the other under the conditions of linearity. Basically, initially our graph used to look like this. Performing the transformation, the linear transformation, we make our graph to look like this. Okay. So in matrix, mapping is from one vector space to another via transformation matrix. Why do we use this transformation? How do we use it? We'll just see. So initially this was our vector space. Okay, this was how the data points looked in our vector space. Now to perform the PCA, to basically make our data better spread, okay, we perform some transformations on the data so that our data looks something like this. As we can see, we have a better spread right here. Okay, now how do we achieve that? We use that using a transformation matrix. Okay, so for example, we have given a transformation matrix right here, and this will be given in your questions. Okay, so now you multiply each coordinate. Okay, so suppose we have all these are the coordinates that we are having. So what do? We multiply each coordinate of our old figure with the transformation matrix, and we plot the new points that we get. Okay, so for example, earlier this was the point. Okay, earlier this was the point 0, 1. Once we multiply it using once we basically transform using transformation matrix, the new point become -1, -2, which is now lying here. So basically we are performing a little bit of rotation to our matrix, and we are just stretching it in one direction. Similarly, all the points of the first coordinate space will be mapped on the second coordinate space, resulting in the figure transformation, and that is what we are applying here. Okay, so this was about the linear transformation. Now what are eigenvectors and eigenvalues? Okay, now the thing is that whenever you are performing some sort of linear transformation, the thing is the data may get expanded from one point and compressed from the other point. But the thing is these vectors don't change. Okay, the non-zero vectors which either get compressed or stretched. Okay, so suppose this was the vector, this was initially the vector, suppose this was initially the vector in our old space. When we perform the transformation matrix, this vector got stretched. Okay, this vector got stretched, but the thing is this vector did not change. Okay, this vector did not move to some place here or some place here. Okay, this vector just got stretched, but it did not move. Okay, so basically what we are trying to say is theta remains the same. Those vectors are called as eigenvectors, the vectors which do not change over the course of linear transformation. Okay, so and it may also be possible that eigenvectors may reverse their direction. Basically they can be multiplied from -1 na? So if we multiply a vector with -1, then it will reverse the direction, but other than that nothing can happen. Okay, its size may increase or decrease, or direction may reverse or not reverse, but they will remain the same. What is eigenvalue? Eigenvalue is the factor by which we multiply our eigenvector. Okay, so as we have seen that earlier the size of this vector was this, and after the linear transformation the size has become this. Okay, so if I take this as x and this as y, so there is some difference between x and y. So I say that there is some coefficient y is equals to some coefficient into x. This coefficient is what we call as eigenvalue. Okay, basically there is some multiplication with some factor na, that is why it has been stretched, or even if we reverse the direction we will multiply it by the factor of -1, right? So the value that we do is what we call as eigenvalue. So the eigenvalue is the value by which the eigenvector is scaled during linear transformation. So suppose if earlier size was this and then it got multiplied by 2, then it becomes a bigger size. Then, and also if it is multiplied by -1, then it is reversing the directions. So eigenvalues can be positive, negative, or imaginary. It can be anything. Okay, it can even be iota. The next thing that we see is why do we need eigenvalues and eigenvectors? Okay, so till now what we are trying to do in basically in principal component analysis, we studied about transformation, eigenvalues, vectors, variance, covariance. The thing is we are discovering individual parts, and in the next video we will combine them to build a principal component analysis implementation video. Okay, so in the previous video, if you remember, these were the three cases. These were the three cases that we had. These were the three principal components that we had. Now, remember we said that more spread of the data represents more information. Okay, so if earlier our data was something like this, and after we perform the transformation, it becomes something like this, and it is very much clear that data is very well spread right now in this direction. Okay, here clearly by performing the linear transformation we have increased the spread of the data, and also while doing the transformation we see the graph is stretched too much in one direction and too little in the other. It is very clear na ki the graph is stretched too much in one particular direction, and the thing is this one particular direction is what is where the principal component is going to lie. Okay, this is how we use eigenvectors to know where our principal component is lying. The direction of this maximum spread will be given by the eigenvector which corresponds to the maximum eigenvalue, and the first principal component must be in the direction of this eigenvector only. Okay, corresponding to the eigenvector having the maximum eigenvalue. Okay, now consider we have four eigenvectors, basically four principal components we have, and these are the eigenvalues we are having. So the thing is, more the value the more the value eigenvector is having, the more it is going to be stretched, right? So basically maximum eigenvalue is going to give us a first principal component. Second max eigenvalue is going to give us second principal component, and that is all we need to perform principal component analysis. So this was a very so this was something we studied about eigenvalues and vectors. In the next video we are actually going to implement principal component analysis.